as they're ready.
Pardon, sorry?
Right, so that's the start of recording here. If you want to just start, Mia, that's the recording started.
Oh, have I got your screen?
You should do, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Hi guys. So a bit of a rocky start this evening, but welcome to the network professionals training for this week. Me and Bronwyn are sort of going to be running through things because Claire isn't here this week. So if you've got any questions at all, just fire them at us. Can I have the next slide, please, Bronwyn? So this evening we're going to cover quite a lot, so we've got quite a few bits to fit in. So we're going to be covering the dreams and goals, what actually network marketing is, because I get a lot of questions of what it is, and a lot of people think it's sort of pyramid selling and things like that. So we'll give you some information on that so you know exactly what to say to people. We're going to be showing you the business cycle and how to take people around that. Why do people join the business? Building a 4cc retail business, which is the foundation to your business and to make it grow. So you need to achieve 4cc to be able to even contemplate getting it where you want it to be. The favourite products and what those are for this week. How to use Facebook, making a killer call, teaching you how to not run out of people and different ways to get customers in, answering questions for you, because obviously people that you are prospecting do have a lot of questions. Time management, which is a big key one, and being organised and things like that. Customer care, communication skills, planning your new teamies and helping them out and getting all your plannings in the diary and how to run through that with them. Achieving manager and beyond, and the skills that you need and require to get there, and then a winner's mindset. So a couple of key things in terms of training your mind each day to think bigger and better so you achieve those goals that you want that are on your dream board. Thanks, Bronwyn. So just a few welcomes. So just to say welcome to Lisa, Bethany, Sarah and Kelly. Welcome to Diamonds and Sapphires team. I hope all these trainings help, and again, if you've got any questions, let us know. Well done for joining the business, and hopefully we can build it bigger for you. So the 4cc achievers currently for February are Lynn, Roslyn, Jessica, Louise, Leanne and Caroline. So well done to all of you. You guys, you've made the basis of your business, and that's fantastic. So big well done to you. Hopefully we can carry that on and continue that. So just a quick incentive. At the moment, if there is an incentive out for the team, that if you achieve 4cc's personal volume, which, as I say, is your foundation for your business, for 3 consecutive months, you will be invited to join the 4cc evening that they do. So the next party will be at Claire's house on Saturday, the 9th of April. So you'll need to have achieved 4cc in January, 4cc in February and 4cc in March to qualify to come on the 9th of April. So keep going, guys, and that should be a really, really good night. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. And then we've got Rosalind Toner and Lynn as well. I want to say a big, massive congratulations to them both. They've achieved 10 CCs this month, which is absolutely massive. It's a fantastic achievement, and they've really both worked hard, so well done to you both for that. So I'm going to pass you back to Bronwyn, who's going to start the training for cold marketing. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mia. Hi guys, Sorry about that mix-up. I have no idea what happened with that first link, but hopefully everybody's managing to get on all right now. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of talking tonight about cold market strategies. So you'll hear us quite often talking about your warm market versus your cold market. So warm is basically the people that you know. That's where we always start. But as you're maybe running out of those numbers, we need to start looking at something else that we can do. So we'll go straight into this. So this is sort of our list. We often talk about having your personal database of people to talk to. And this is where we start. So obviously we start off with the 100 plus list. You can do things called carding and content marketing, which we're going to talk about tonight. Tabletop events, local shows and fairs, exhibitions, pup boxing for getting your pup box out. You can do launches. That's a really great way of meeting people to talk to about the business. Leaving a paper trail, which is basically everywhere you go, if you've got business cards, leave them. So if you have a coffee, leave it on the table, that kind of thing. You can place adverts, you can speak to mums at toddler groups, you can do it online. So you've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. If you're a member of any networking groups, if you've got satisfied customers that keep coming back, you can talk to them as well. You can arrange to do talks to groups of people, and you can ask for referrals. So tonight, we're just really going to talk about these two. We're going to talk about content marketing and newsagent ads or adverts. Yeah, obviously we're going to, throughout the course of this training, we'll start talking about all the different things as well. And that's what we're doing tonight. Sorry, Mia, would you do me a favour and send the link for tonight to Roisin Cassidy? She's struggling to log on. I've just had a message. Right, so what we're going to talk about first of all is content marketing, which if you haven't heard of it before, is basically where you go out and you want to just talk to people directly about the business. So before you're going to go out, there's a couple of things that you want to think about. First of all, you want to decide how many names and numbers you want to leave with and how many hours you're going to spend. Pick your location before you go out so that you don't get there and waste time sort of figuring out where to go. So there are a few suggestions here. You go to the station. Busy train stations and bus stations are quite good. A park, I've done quite a bit in parks where people are sort of walking their dogs, that kind of thing. Or if there's a big event where you know there's going to be lots of people, you can do that as well. Take with you all the items that you'll need to do a one-to-one. So I know some people have the one-to-one solution on your iPad, or you might have the little flipboard. That's what I've got. If you don't know about that yet, don't panic. Speak to your sponsor about that. And that's something you can get some more information on to. But it's definitely worth having it because you just don't know if you might meet somebody who's happy to straight away go into a one-to-one and have a quick coffee. I think this last one is important, especially for me. Leave your credit card at home because otherwise you will walk past a shop with a fantastic sale and just not be able to resist going in. And obviously that's not what we're there for. So these are just some of the things that you need to take along with you. I've always got my phone. It's the easiest way to make contact with people. So you can either get people to put their numbers straight into your phone, or if they want to contact on connect on Facebook or something like that, you can actually open up Facebook on your phone and get them to pop themselves in, and you can send them a friend request. So make sure you've got your phone and make sure it's charged up as well. Take a small notepad. If you've got flyers or business cards, whichever one you've got, take those along with you. Take a nice pen, and by nice pen we just mean not all chewed up. And start off, probably you'll find it easier to start off working in pairs. So if you've got somebody near you, maybe buddy up with them because there's a bit of that feeling of safety in numbers. It won't take long to build your confidence and you'll be doing it on your own anyway. But it's handy to have somebody with you just to start with. So when you go out, content marketing, there's a few things to think of. Before you go out, you want to make sure you're in the right frame of mind. So if you've got anything that you do for mindset, and we've spoken lots about different things you can do to help keep your mindset strong, anything that you've got to do, make sure you've done it before you go out, content marketing, just so that your mind is in the right place. You want to be enthusiastic and positive, keep a big smile on your face. Make sure that you dress smartly and appropriately. So obviously it does depend on where you're going. You want to dress sort of a little bit more smartly if you're just out in the street meeting people. I know sometimes people have events and that kind of thing at gyms, and they might want to dress a little bit more appropriate for that. Also, if you are going out to the likes of toddler groups, you can dress a bit more casual for that because that's a really good. So just be conscious of where you are, really, because people buy you before they listen to what you've got to say or offer. So realistically, obviously, imagine if you see you coming up to you in the street, what would your response be? And you want to think of it like that. A huge part of this business is perfecting your own brand, because that is what people will buy for. So, what do you say? That's the hardest bit. You've got yourself dressed, you've got all your stuff together, and you've got yourself there. And I know it's the hardest bit because I've done it, and I've been standing in the middle of the street, and I've let about 6 people walk past because I think, oh, what am I going to say? So, you can just try saying hello to people, because you'll very quickly get a feel for the people that are willing to engage. Some people just don't know, and that's fine. We're not looking for those people. We don't worry about that. But if you smile at everybody that passes by and see who's willing to make eye contact, who smiles, who says hello back, that's a really good starting point. So there's a few different methods that you can use. One of the things that you can do is if you want to be a little bit indirect, particularly if you're feeling a bit nervous, you could start off by asking for directions. So, excuse me, do you know where I could find the nearest Starbucks or the nearest post office or something else? If they then are friendly and willing to give you some directions, once they've done that, just say, oh, thank you so much. Just by the way, I'm actually in the area today promoting our company, and I'm looking for people who would like to earn an extra income working flexible hours at home. I wondered if that would be of any interest to you. You've got the conversation going, or you've had to go right in with that. Another couple of icebreakers is you could compliment them on something. People love compliments, don't they? We all do. So, oh, I really love your bag, or what a lovely coat, that's such a nice hat, anything. Be genuine is what I would say, because people can tell if you're being fake. So don't tell them you love something if you really don't. But find something you can compliment them on, and then follow that up with, I'm in the area today looking for 5 key people to help in our country's expansion, and you look like the sort of person we're looking for. And again, say it with a smile on your face, be confident. Even if you don't feel it inside, just practice that to get your confidence in the words. But if you're feeling a little bit more brave and you're happy to go a little bit more directly, shall we say, what you're going to do is you're going to have your notebook and pen out. You can walk up to them and say, just excuse the unusual approach, or sometimes I say excuse the random approach, but the company I work with is recruiting, and we're looking for really dynamic people like yourself. Something else that you could try, this is a good one for mums on the call. This is one that I use quite a lot, actually. So you could just, if you see them out with the pram or something like that, just say hi. Again, I normally say, I know this is a little bit random, but I'm actually in town today because I'm looking for other mums to work with, particularly mums who would be interested in earning money at home working around the kids. Would that be of interest to you? So you're just asking the question to see if there would be any more interest from them. And it will very quickly go one way or the other. Some people might say, no, that's not fine, and that's absolutely fine. Quite a lot of people will probably say, yes, but it depends what it's doing. And that's the million-dollar question. So what you would say then is you'd say, great, it sounds like what we need to do is get some more information to you. And what's the best number to get you on? If you don't feel comfortable saying that, you could try saying, would you be open to swapping numbers? Maybe have your phone handy. And if they say yes, then give them your number first, so that you show that you're willing to give your number as well. Yours. Sometimes I've found that people are not particularly keen on that. So, so what I would say is, if you find that they're a little bit dubious, you'll be able to tell right away if they're a bit nervous about giving out their phone number. So what you would say then is, are you on Facebook? Why don't we connect on there? A lot of people are more comfortable with that. So definitely try getting the numbers, but if you find that that's not but they don't seem to use that, then try and connect with them on Facebook. Following that, if that doesn't work, if you've got a card or you've got a flyer with some information, then by all means say, well, here's a flyer with some more information. Now, you do, if you haven't seen them, you'll find them in the literature section. But we do actually have, it's called sort of 10 reasons about Forever. It's a leaflet that explains a little bit more about the business opportunity with Forever. And they've actually just recently updated this. So if you're going content marketing, it might be useful to order some of them. You can also have labels or make them yourself with details on. So that's quite a good idea. Give me a business card and say, why don't you get in touch with me? What I would say is it's always best to get their number like with anything else. So try that first, because some people might say they don't have to do everything is second. Quite a lot of background noise. So I'm just going to mute everybody that's not talking at the moment, if that's all right. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, if anybody's got any questions, you'll see the little microphone button. Just feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything away. But sometimes you get a lot of feedback when your phone's unmuted. Okay, doke. So yeah, that's just a couple of things that you can do. Moving onwards, a few things to keep in mind. Remember that so much in this business is about making friends with people. So be natural with the scripts that are in place, adapt them so that they feel natural for you to say, and go out with the attitude that you're going to make some new friends today. When you're speaking to people, don't go into lots of detail. We'll talk in a second about some of the things you might find yourself starting to say, but it's a similar rule to when you're speaking to people on the phone about the business opportunity. If you find yourself starting to ramble on about Aloe, or tell them about Rick's Small and his vision for a great business, you've definitely gone too far. So we're not looking to get them lots of detail. We're just looking to find out what they might be interested in. So we should be listening more than we're talking. And remember that we want to ask not what they can do for us, but rather what we can do for them. Because the key with this business is that all of us have seen something in the business. We've seen what it could do for us. And so what you're looking for is to show the prospect what it can do for them, and for them to see if there's something in it for themselves. Get comfortable asking questions, because as it says here, the person who asks the questions controls the conversation. So some questions that you can ask, you might say to them, do you work at the moment? And if they say yes, oh, what do you do? Do you enjoy that? Oh, that's great. What do you like about it? If they've got children, one that I often say is, do you work? And if they say yes, I say, oh, how do you find childcare? Because I know when I was working, it was an absolute nightmare. And most people will then sort of speak about their childcare arrangements. Some people have said, no, it's absolutely great, everything's fine. But quite a lot of people will then tell you about their experiences, and just adapt it. So anything that they say, just ask them some more questions, because remember, this is a good way of you getting to know them a little bit more. So the things that we don't want to say, come join me, or come and join my team, because as I say, it's not about us, it's not about them joining us, it's about them looking at the opportunity for themselves. If somebody says something, we might have a little alarm going off in the back of our head which says, you absolutely need this. I think we've all spoken to people and we thought, oh, this would just be great for you, you'd be really great at this. What we don't want to say is, oh, you need to get involved, or you should be doing what I'm doing, because it doesn't matter what we think. They need to look at it for themselves. And again, if you find yourself mentioning aloe vera, you've gone too far. So this is a little bit like when we follow, well, what was page 19. I know it's not in everybody's books, but when we follow the script for talking to people on the phone, it's very similar. We are getting to know them slightly because they are our cold market, but also it's an invitation to look at the information. We don't need to give them all of the information right there and then. So moving forwards from here, what goals could we have? Well, if you were to go content marketing 2 or 3 times a week, just for 1 hour at a time, and each time you went out, you went with the aim of getting 5 to 10 names and numbers. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it's doable, because you'd be surprised how many people you can talk to in the space of an hour. So if you did that, you would have on average 25 names and numbers, which you would be able to call and put on your activity tracker. And doing that, you would sponsor between 2 and 4 people per month, which I'm sure we'd all like to be doing. So it just shows you roughly what can be achieved if you do go out and give it a try. So it's definitely worth trying. Okay, so we'll move on to the next section, which is newsagent adverts. You'll see an example here of Grace's, which is great. I have to say this isn't something that I have done before, but I think I definitely will now. As it says here, it's probably the easiest thing to do because the numbers come to you. So anybody that gets in touch, you know that they are already interested in looking for something. So you could put the advert in your newsagent's window. I know quite a lot of people do that. For some newsagents there is a charge, but I don't think it's very much. So maybe £2 or something like that for a month. If you go to supermarkets, it's usually free to put things up on their notice board. And what you want to do is, once you've got these made up, aim to have 15 adverts in local newsagents, and go out to all your local community centres, pop them there as well, and supermarkets. So you want at least 15 of them out at a time. And you can see from the screen a little idea of something you could pop on there. So local business is seeking 5 working partners to work part-time from home without compromising current working or family commitments. Full training and support provided. If you're hardworking, self-motivated and looking for work that fits around you, we'd love to hear from you. And then obviously you can put your phone number for them to get in touch with you. So once we've done all of this, so we've gone out content marketing, we've got a list of phone numbers from there, and we've got some people that have replied to our advert. So we've got our list of numbers. At that point, we go right back to the cycle that we would follow with our warm market. So we start off by contacting them. Usually that would be by phone call. We'll usually have their phone number, and we're going to show them some information. So if possible, you can arrange to set up a one-to-one with them, and arrange to sort of go over some more information with them. Or if that's not possible, you'll be able to send them out the YouTube clip, which we've all got. So you're going to start off the cycle exactly as we normally would. So what do you say when somebody is part of your cold market and you're not sure you're not sure what their background is? So what you're going to do is, so this is someone that's called you, they've responded to your advert. So you just say, thank you so much for calling. I'd be really happy to get some information to you, but just before I do that, would it be okay to ask a couple of background questions? Thanks. So here's some of the questions that you'd want to ask. Are you currently working? What is it that you do? All right, that's great. How long have you done that for? Could you tell me 2 or 3 things that you enjoy most about your current role? Then you're going to ask them, what attracted you to my ad? What appealed to you? And what is it you're looking for going forward? Because that gives you a better idea of where they're coming from. So once you've got that information, you're going to move on and you'll tell them your story. And we're going to look a little bit more in a second at how you go about doing that. And Rochelle is going to help us with that. Obviously now you know a little bit about them, so you can choose the parts of your story which match their story. So that's really important, because remember, if they can relate to you and they know you've done it, they'll feel like they can do it too. So then you would move on and say, I'll just give you a snapshot of the company, just for the purposes of this short call. We've been trading for 37 years. We now trade in over 158 countries, and we've been in the UK for just over 20 years. We operate in the health and wellbeing industry, which is growing like mad at the moment. So many people these days go to the gym, they take care of themselves, and everyone's just being a bit more proactive about looking after ourselves. If you think about when you go to your local supermarket, the shelves are absolutely packed with supplements, natural products, organic produce, and that kind of thing. That is fueling a lot of our growth, but it's the way that we market which is different from the traditional business model. We use something called key marketing. Have you come across that before? To just ask them, have they come across it before? Because you might find, a bit like what Mia was saying before, they'll start asking about pyramid selling and all this kind of thing. So you want to get the questions out. You're not going to waste too much time talking about this at this point. What you're then going to say is, to be honest, it's impossible to do the opportunity justice in just a few minutes over the phone. But what I can tell you is some of the benefits that you can get from working with the company. So what you'll get to choose your own hours. You decide the level of income you want to develop. You'll get the best training and support in the industry, as they're the only UK team marketing company that I know of to have the Investors in People award. And you'll get your hand held every step of the way. That's really key to mention to people, because that was a big one for me. I don't think that's very common in this industry. So then you could say something like, it's an opportunity to work at your own pace, and in fact it's really designed to fit around your other commitments, like if you have a full-time job or a career or a family. So again, match it to their situation. And really, the icing on the cake is that the company is still privately owned and it's run by the founding family. And so because of that, it's run to good old-fashioned family values, which means that people get put first and profits get put second, which is very unusual in the world today. So I have absolutely no idea if this opportunity will be for you, and only you can really decide that. But you sound like you might be the kind of person we're looking for, and I'd really love to get a bit more information into your hands. So what do we do next? So you can offer them a couple of options. First of all, you could say, what we could do is meet for a coffee and a chat, just so that I could talk you through our career brochure. That takes about 20 minutes. Could you make Monday or Wednesday? Always give them a couple of options to see which one they would be able to go for. If, because of schedules, or maybe they don't live that local to you, or it's not going to work, then you could arrange to send them a short YouTube clip. So you might have your own YouTube clip, or you might be using your upline's YouTube clip, or maybe Claire's clip. And the other option is to do an online one-to-one, which Claire has gone over for us recently with training. But if you need any help with doing any of those, then just speak to your sponsor, and you'll definitely get a bit of help to practice those. Right, so I hope that's helpful. I think the key with content marketing is just to get out there and give it a go, really. The slides can be put up if you'd like them, if you need a little bit of help with wording and that kind of thing. Practice what you're going to say until you get comfortable, and then get out and give it a go. So what we're going to do now is we'll hand you back over to the lovely Mia. So for those who don't know Mia, I'll not steal Mia's thunder. I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself. But Mia is an assistant supervisor. She is a member of the leadership team, and also a 4cc level 1 achiever. She's got a 4cc pin. So Mia is going to talk to us about our prospecting plans. So I shall hand you back over to Mia.
Thanks, Bronwyn. Hi guys. So for those of you who don't know me, I started the business back in July of last year. I started just wanting to retail, so didn't want to build it any further. It's only since January I've decided to build a team and work towards making manager by August this year. So I've put lots of plans in place. I'm full-time conveyancer, so I work long hours, so I fit forever around the time that I have got, and I'm also studying to qualify as a solicitor, so it's all very crammed, but it seems to fit in perfectly, so it's all good. So one of the plans that we tend to use that is really, really good is a prospecting plan. So I'm just going to really briefly talk you through this. So as you'll see, this isn't my own plan, but it is an example of someone's plan that uses a lot of the marketing tools. So as you see, top of their list is their warm list. They've got their new phone numbers that they've collected. So plans for the week is that they want 5, and their target number of the new contacts per week is to match that 5. Basically what this is showing you is you plan per week how many contacts you want to make, and then how much you want to do what it is that you've decided to do, i.e. sending cards out in the local town, and then your target number of new contacts per that week as a result of that activity you've done in that week. So for instance, I use the cards one that you're sending out into town. So this person's plan, they have made an average of every 100 cards they send out in town, one person gives them their contact details and things like that. So they plan to send out 200 in that week, which will give them a target number of 2 new contacts for them to prospect about the business. Now, this prospect plan will fluctuate, and it will work completely to you. So each person's statistics are a lot different to others. Some people have to do a lot more messages on Facebook, for instance, to get the same results as what you'd get from calling people. And some people can do lots and lots of the 3-foot rule, which is literally being within 3 foot of someone and doing the contact marketing that we were talking about, and they can work that and do lots and lots of business from that, but then someone else may not have as good a results from it. So when you're doing your prospect plan, look at your statistics. Obviously you won't have them if you've just started into the business, but as you start making your calls, look at your activity tracker and what you've been doing, and track how many look at what's coming through for you. So if, for instance, you are doing your pup trials and they're all out, like it says on the events section of this prospecting plan, this person has said for every pup they send out, one person gives them their contact details to discuss the business. So they've planned to do 2 that week, so hopefully they will get 1 contact that they're going to try and get in the first 2 weeks. So watch what, in terms of when you're sending things out, watch your statistics and then plan it for your next month around what your last month is showing you, because as I say, sending 25 messages on Facebook, this person has said that it should on average give them 5 new contacts that week. I've had sometimes where I've sent 40 messages on Facebook and only got 1 contact. So it really is about looking at your statistics and planning as a result of what you've had on experience. As Bronwyn said, you can do your newsagents ads. So again, this person has planned to do 15 that month, which Bronwyn said was a good number to do, and have them in 15 different places. And as a result, they've found that they've had 1 new contact per week. So that's 4 new people in the month that you can prospect. So then you can add those to your activity tracker. So it is, as I say, just about listing. So this is very set out perfectly in that if you list the activities you're going to do, i.e. your warm, if you've got your leaflets or your business cards set up, brilliant. If not straight away, then obviously take that off your prospecting plan for the moment and just concentrate on the things that you are doing. So gradually your prospecting plan will filter out when you've got your cards available or your leaflets to go out into town, or if you haven't got the time to necessarily do that, maybe focus on the social media side of your prospecting plan, because you can obviously do that from your phone and then watch your statistics from there to be able to plan how many contacts you feel is achievable for that month and how many you're going to get through. So list the things that you're able to do, list the activities within those sectors, just like this one's set out. So you've got warm, leaflets, adverts, etc. Then list what activities you're going to be doing in that month within those sections. So if you're not going to be going into town and handing out cards, don't put it in there, because it won't show you any data and it's pointless having it listed if you have no intention of doing that. So list the things that you are going to be doing and what you've planned as a result of your monthly plan ready for your activity, and then plan how many you're going to do a month, split that up into your weeks, and then what you feel is what you hope to get out of those activities that you've done in terms of new contacts for that week. As I say, as the months go on, you'll be able to look at your statistics, so they will become more and more structured, and you'll be able to see what you're getting out of it, so you can see whether you need to do more or less in certain areas. But this person, as a result of this plan that they've done for themselves, they got 25 new contacts that month, to be able to prospect to the business, which is obviously extremely good, and they can talk to all of them, and that's 25 people that they wouldn't have had necessarily on their warm list or on their contact list or their 100 who you know list. So that's 25 brand new people that could potentially join their team and join their business, which is obviously then going to get you closer to manager. If you've got any questions in terms of prospecting plan, message me or add me on Facebook, or let us know through the contact symbol, and we can help you. But as I say, the best way to plan these prospecting plans is list the activities that you do within those sections, and then you can plan what you think you'll be able to achieve in this month, and then you can have a look at your contacts as it goes. But as I say, don't put the things that you're not going to do, because it isn't. If you haven't got a tabletop plan this month, don't put it in, because you're not going to get any new contacts, because obviously you're not going. So it doesn't need to look exactly like this. It needs to be really fixed around what you're able to do, and it's completely flexible. So it does differ between different people. And so as I say, if you've got any questions on that, let me know, and you know, any of the team can help you sort of work out your prospecting plan, or speak to Claire or your upline, and they can work out with you the activities that you do in the group and what they feel you'll be able to plan for that week, and how many new contacts you can put in plan for how many you're going to get that month, and then sort of target towards that amount for you. Thanks, Bronwyn.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mia. Excellent. That was great. So what we'll do, without further ado, we're going to hand over to our next speaker, Rochella, who is one of our 10cc achievers, which is amazing, over in Ireland. So Rochella is an assistant supervisor. She's also a member of the leadership team, and has achieved 10 case credits in her first full month in the business, which is absolutely amazing. So well done for that. And Rochella is going to talk to us a little bit more about communication skills. So you there, Rochella?
Yes, thank you, Bronwyn. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah, fabulous, thank you.
Okay, right, okay. So communication skills. When do we communicate with people in our forever business? Well, I think, and I think everybody will agree, this business is all about communicating. There's so many different opportunities for communicating, and it is so important, because this skill is obviously how you get the information and the numbers and the contacts to build your team. So there's different opportunities to use these skills. The first one being launches. Like, I know the launches that I've had have been quite intimate, because they've been in like a living room or in a house in a kitchen. So that type of setting, it's very easy to get chatting to people one-to-one, say when the launch is actually over. So that's a good opportunity, and you can also tell people your own business story as well in launches. Let's see. Okay, so people maybe ask you questions how you get into the business, and like my example is, like, I'm only in the business from mid-January, but the reason why I joined Forever is I've got 6-year-old twin boys. I do work part-time, 20 hours a week, but I'm not that happy in my job, and I joined Forever because of the opportunity of working from home along with the boys, and earning an extra income and a better income than I'm currently getting. So that's my business story. So hopefully, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear fine.
Sorry, I thought I pressed something there. Sorry.
Hmm?
Also product testimonials. Obviously when you're selling your products to people and you're following up how they're getting on, or they're maybe messaging you through Facebook to say that they're feeling great or whatever through the products. That's another way of getting to know people and asking them more questions rather than just saying, yeah, that's great. I'm glad, that that's helping you. But you can also, go into more detail and maybe prospect them from that as well. And obviously your prospecting calls, which is a very important part of our daily activity. And also doing a one-to-one, which I have not done yet, but I'm hoping to do one very soon. And also contact marketing that Bronwyn was talking about earlier on as well. Obviously, it's face-to-face, direct conversation. Again, good opportunity of using your communication skills. So yeah, this just about the business story again. Like say my challenge is currently the job that I'm in. I'm not that happy with it at the moment, and I would like to spend more time with my kids and obviously earn a good living from working at home. So Forever has come into my life just over a month now. So Forever is my hero. And I feel it will be a happy ending because I'll hopefully be able to sack the boss and work with Forever full time. So the power of words, when you're talking to people, the words that you use are so important. I mean, like strong words are powerful and positive, but weak words come across to other people that you're not actually sure of yourself or what you're actually talking about, and maybe you don't actually believe in it. Like these weak words here that have been listed, all right, can't complain, give it a go, a little aloe business, wishy-washy, hopefully, could, might, possibly, sponsor, think, one day. So when you're using those words, you're kind of saying to people that you're not fully believing in it yourself, and you're putting maybe doubt and uncertainty into what you're actually saying and how you're coming across. Strong words, again, they're so powerful and positive, and they have a better effect. And it also, the more strong words you use and say, it reiterates it in your own head, and therefore you have more belief yourself, and that's going to come across when you're talking to people. Like these strong words, I can already see security, open-minded, dynamic company, great possibilities, amazing, exciting, award-winning training and support. They're just such positive words, and they're just going to have such a different effect. Fantastic, excellent, awesome, first class, incredible, impeccable track record, successful, and on track to achieve. They're just so polar opposites, and just the difference that saying a strong word and a weak word can completely change a conversation and how you come across to someone that you're actually communicating with. So how to get good, I'm still working on this, so you've got to learn the words, write it down. It's so important that you actually write a script down. I still write a script for everybody that I'm going to phone because it's helping me learn it more, and yes, one day the words will roll off my tongue, but at the minute I still find it easier just to learn them, write them down, and practice, practice, practice. Very, very important.
Perfect. Thank you, Rochella.
Okay, thanks, Bronwyn.
That was fantastic. Do you know what? You've got such a lovely, positive way of speaking, and the strong words did seem to just roll off your tongue, and that's so important. Just picking up on one of the things that Rochelle was saying, and I think this is something that a lot of us struggle with. So particularly if you're very new to the business, it might be quite difficult still, because when people ask you about how you're getting on with the business, it's hard to say, well, I've got this and I've got that, because well, we maybe don't have the full-time income yet. We haven't been able to give up our job. We've maybe not achieved any of the goals that we're aiming for just yet. but that really doesn't matter. So if you're struggling with what to say, with the right words, so instead of saying things like, this is something I'm going to just try, or I'm going to give it a go, having something in place where you say, I've got a plan in place and I'm looking forward to this. If that's something you find difficult, because I really did at the start, have a word with your sponsor, or have a word with Claire, and anybody will be able to help you with that, just to get it going. And like Rochelle has said, practice, practice, practice. I practice to my little girl all the time. She's 18 months old. She has no idea what I'm talking about, but I think she's going to start spouting all this stuff one of these days. But anyway, it'll be positive, so that's good. So we will move on to the next section now. Unfortunately, Lynn's not very well. She's had a fall, so Lynn's not able to be with us tonight, but a massive well done for if she does manage to watch the training back. Lynn has just achieved supervisor in the last couple of days, which is amazing. So Lynn is also a member of the leadership, also over in Ireland, and by all accounts is building a great business over there, which is fab. So you're stuck with me again, I'm afraid, and I'll just talk you through. Really, part of this training is about having a sustainable business with Forever. And we're going to talk now a little bit about how you can do that. So when we think of what we do within this business, really the essence of what we do is lots and lots of people doing a little bit of retail. So that is why team building is such a big part of this, because as your team builds, your income then will build as well. So what you're aiming for is to have a handful of regular customers. You want 5 key distributors or 5 key people in your team, and you want to be able to coach and duplicate. So you're teaching your team to do what you're doing. And we're going to have a little look at how powerful it is to have big numbers in network marketing. So you'll hear, obviously, we talk a huge amount of the 4CC discipline, and that's the business building discipline within Forever. And there is a good reason for that, because first of all, to qualify for your team leading bonus, you as a distributor have to be 4 case credit active, which means you must have 4 or more case credits of personally accredited sales, and 1 case credit of that must be personally acquired, therefore not from sponsoring. So in theory, what you could do is you could just do your 1 case credit of personal use throughout the month, and a bit of retail. And you could then recruit 2 people into the business, and overall that would give you 5 case credits, and you would then qualify for your team leading bonus. However, the strongest leaders within the team retail 4 case credits a month, and what they get for sponsoring is on top of that. You might wonder why that's so important. There's a few reasons. First of all, it gives you peace of mind because it's a solid base to your business. It gives you an immediate income, so up to £280 straight into your own hand. Obviously, if some of your 4 case credits is personal, you're not earning an income on that. But for the case credits that you buy and then sell on to our customers, you're actually getting that cash in your hand straight away. So it increases the cash flow coming through your business. The other reason that's very important is because you can then lead by example. So your team will do what you do. That is a fact. So as it says here, monkeys see what you do. I'm not saying any of us are monkeys, but it really is true that what you do is what you will be better at coaching, and that's what your team will go on to do. And this might seem silly for if you don't have a team yet, but we are building the base now for our business. And that is so important to start with the right habits from early on. Doing this also makes a massive difference to your team leading bonus. So we're going to have a look at that just now. So if you have started and you retail just 1 case credit per month, and you then get 25 people in your team, and you've taught all of them to do the same thing, your bonus will be £142. However, if you have 25 people in your team and you've taught them all to retail 4 case credits a month, your bonus is £1,500. So it's a massive difference. And as your team grows bigger beyond that, if you've got 100 people in your team, all of whom are retailing 4 case credits a month, you're looking at a £6,000 bonus. So, well, the question is, which would you rather have? I think we'd probably all take the £6,000. So that is why this 4 case credit bonus is really, really important. So how do we do it? Well, a big part of it is by looking after our customers. So we want to build relationships with them. We are here to help our customers. We want to keep in touch with them. We need to have a genuine interest in them. People can tell when you're not genuine. So we really need to be genuinely interested in our customers. And we want to be adding value to the service by giving them something that is specific for them. People love it when they get a special service, a specific service for them. And that is the beauty of the way we work. They're not just another consumer buying something off a shelf in a shop. This quote is fantastic here by John Maxwell. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that is so true, especially in this business. So why do we look after our customers? First of all, because people buy people, and it comes back to what I said earlier about people buying into your brand. You really want to perfect your brand, who you are as a person, and you want your customers to get to know that as well, so that they're buying you as well as the product. It takes much less effort to look after a customer you already have than to go out and find a new one. It also means that you will be getting repeat business in every month, which is great, obviously. And as your business builds, you can rely on that more and more. Loyal customers also make fantastic team members. So never forget to speak to your customers about the business opportunity. Always prospect especially your most loyal customers. They've got the first key already, which is the love for the product, which is the basis for building a business. The other thing with your customers is that they will be able to give you referrals. So if they've tried the products and they love them, that's not necessarily enough, but if they also have a rapport with you and they know you and they like you and they know that you're very helpful, they are 100 times more likely to refer their family and friends on to you as well. And if you do all of this, you look after your customers really well, it will build this habit of always getting your 4 case credits as a minimum, which is a great way to be successful in this business. As it says here, respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, but loyalty is returned. So that's what we want. We want to have all of these qualities when we're looking after our customers, and remember that they will then be loyal to us as well. So how do we do it? How do we show our customers that we care? So as we've said, we want to build a rapport with them, get to know them, ask them about their family, ask them about their life, their work, chat to them about their garden if you like. Have a cup of tea with them, sit and spend some time with your customers. A nice idea, which I think is something I'm going to do, is maybe popping in a little thank you card along with their order. Acknowledge any birthdays or special celebrations they've got coming up, maybe with a little gift. And you could maybe spoil them and their friends with a pamper evening, particularly customers who you've got who are very loyal. Some of the extras that you can give to your customers, you can give them a reward for if they refer people on to you, maybe a discount off their order, or maybe a free extra product with their order. And this is something that I do. You could get them one of the nice glass, sort of shot glasses, if they order the aloe drinking gel. So I do that for any new drinking gel customers that I get, and give them that. You could offer a free gift on their second order, or if they order 6 items or more. You could give them pups every 2 or 3 months. This is something as well that I've started doing, because as you get to know your customers, you'll obviously, the longer you're in the business, probably be building up the products that you have as well. So as you get different products and you know your customers, you can be thinking which products they might like to have a try of. And then you can put together a pup pack that is specific to them, things that they would like to try, and you can hand that on to them as well. You can show them your product of the month. You might find you have customers who are not on social media, because I've got quite a lot actually who are not. So obviously if you might be doing a product of the month on your Facebook group or something like that. But if they're missing out on that, either give them a call and talk to them about it, or pop over if they're near to you, or when you deliver their order, when you're chatting to them, just show them your product of the month as well. You could invite them to a promotional evening if you've got a new product that you're launching. And you could also do seasonal promotional events. So if you've got Mother's Day coming up, you could do one for there, and you could do a Christmas event for Christmas shopping. You could do special VIP and thank you evenings. So again, maybe with some of the some of the products that you don't normally put in your pup box, maybe a pamper evening, something like that. Just really to say thank you to the customers who are loyal to you. And of course, you can add them into your product group on Facebook if you've got that up and running. So you've got a customer. What are you going to do next? So you want to ask them early on, would it be okay to keep in touch with you? Make sure you've got their number, or you've asked them the best way to get in touch. You might want to give them a phone the next day after you've dropped the order off to say, is everything okay? Sometimes if I've dropped something off, I'll just phone everybody and say, you know, have you managed to get everything open? Does everything look okay? That nothing's damaged? And I know it's not because I've checked it, but at least you're checking in with them then. We don't want to just be phoning when we know they're running out of their product or their gel, because that does just look like we're only interested in the sale. Get in touch with them to let them know when you're going to put your orders in so that they can place their order in time. I usually just send a message to all my customers and let them know when I'm going to be putting an order in. And ask them if there's anything else that they would like help with, or something else that they would like to try. Because it's possible that they do have a health problem that you didn't know about, something else that we might be able to recommend for them. So it's always worth asking if there's something else that they would like to try. So we've spoken a little bit before about looking after our drinking gel customers, because obviously they will come back in and month out. So this is obviously Lucy's script for what she says to her new drinking gel customers. So on the first day, so you drop it off, you want to make sure you find out when they're going to start drinking it. It's not always the next day. Sometimes people, for some reason, wait a few days. So on their first day of having it, give them a quick call. Say, hi, it's just me. Just a quick call to see how you got on with your aloe this morning. So see what they've got to say. Remind them to have it in the fridge. Ask them if they remembered how much to take. How much did they take? How did they cope with the taste first thing in the morning? A lot of people have maybe tasted the gel, but they've never had it first thing in the morning. So it's slightly different, isn't it? Is there anything you wanted to ask me? And once you've had that initial conversation, just say, I'll keep in touch to see how you're getting on. Is that all right? So what do you say moving forward? So a week or maybe 10 days in, you maybe want to give them a little call again, just say, how are you getting on? Is everything still going okay? And then at the end of the first month, and then 2 weeks again into the second month, you want to keep going. So this is good intervals to sort of touch base with them. So things to ask them: are you still taking it every day? How are you feeling? Have you noticed any benefits? Encourage them if they're maybe struggling with the taste or struggling to get into the routine of taking it. Encourage them to keep on going, and just remind them that it can take 6 to 8 weeks before they'll feel the benefits. So encourage them to definitely keep trying to keep going with that. So obviously we've got lots of other products, not just the drinking gels. So if you've sold somebody something else, give them a little phone as well, maybe a few days later. And you could ask them, have you tried the product yet? Have you used it yet? How are you enjoying it? Have you got any other questions? Is there anything else I can help you with? Okay, I'll give you a call in a couple of days to see how you're getting on. Now, what I would say is, it obviously depends on what they've bought from you. Calling every couple of days might be a bit much for somebody. But it might be that someone's bought some of the skincare products because they have really bad problems with their skin, and you could check in every couple of days in just to see if they're noticing any improvement. This is particularly good if, say for example, they've got the propolis cream, and we know that sometimes people's skin might appear worse before it gets better. So check in, sort of encourage them to keep going, make sure you sort of check how they're getting on with the products. You also want to set their expectations. So we don't want people going away thinking they can have one shot of aloe on the Monday morning and by Tuesday they're going to wake up feeling great. So make sure we keep sort of their expectations in line, and just carry on keeping in touch with them sort of after you've got past that initial phase. You might find that they say, okay, everything's great, the product's great, I'm happy, I'll order in a few weeks, but carry on keeping in touch with them. It's worth mentioning to them, just say, oh, by the way, I offer all my customers a free trial box. Was that something that would interest you? You could offer them a discount off their next order, and you could remind them about rewards for recommending any friends. So that's the kind of things you can speak to people about. And I suppose the key with this is that if you've been interested in them, you build a rapport, you'll be able to ask them about recommending friends more easily. They won't feel like you're only speaking to them to get more orders or to get referrals, because you've been interested, you've helped them, and you've recommended the products for them, and you've made sure that they're getting on all right with them. So that really is so important. Now, it will happen sometimes that we might have a problem. Somebody might have a problem with the product, or a question about the product, or maybe not the results that they were hoping for. The first thing that you want to do is contact your sponsor or your upline manager. They may well have come across the problem before, so ask them for advice. You can check your product manual, which you got in your business owner box when that arrived. You can log into Forever Knowledge. There's a huge amount of questions on there and the answers to them, and a huge amount of product information as well. The Starfish team page has also got a wealth of information. Now, it's worth mentioning here the search function, because what sometimes happens is somebody asks a question that's maybe actually been asked about 10 or 15 times on the group. So if you've got a question about things like a specific condition, if you've got a customer with a condition and you're not sure which products to recommend, if there's somebody that takes a certain kind of medication and has asked about the products, of course we always recommend people speak to their GP first before they start using the products. But it might be that they take a kind of medication, they've said to you, would it be worth me trying the drinking gel? So if you're unsure at all, there's loads of information on the Starfish team page. But before you go in and type a question asking for the help, if you log on your computer, you'll see in the top right hand sort of corner, there is a little search function. It says search this page. If you type in your keyword, so say for example you type in arthritis, and do the search, you'll see lots of posts that come up with people's testimonials and advice. So sometimes you might not actually need to ask the question. You could just have a look through previous questions as well. And another place that you should always check is the pinned post for the 4CC clinics and the Project of the Week recordings, because you'll find lots of information there that can help you as well. So here is an idea for how you can keep track of your customers, who orders what. So you can do it on paper, and I'll show you in a second where you can find these to download and print. Or if you're a bit more computer literate, you could have something like this on the right with a spreadsheet. But you definitely want to have a monthly tracking system. So you have your record of the customers. You could have your customer record card, what they order and when it is that they last ordered and when they'll be due to order next. It just helps you to keep track of it as your number of customers grows and grows. So this is where you can get the information you need from. So in the Diamonds and Sapphires page, in the pinned post, which you can see at the top picture, is how that looks if you log in on your laptop or your computer. And the pinned post always just sits at the top of the page there. The bottom one is if you log in on your phone or on your tablet, you need to click on this little bit where it says View Pinned Post. It doesn't actually stay at the top. So either way, you can get into this pinned post, and there is, if you haven't done it already, familiarise yourself with what's in there, because most of the things that you need to build your business are actually in there. So you'll find the 4CC clinic recordings. There's a whole playlist on YouTube, as well as a playlist for the Product of the Week recordings with more information on some of the products. Also in the pinned post, as you can see here, you can find, it's called PCC Appendix 7 Customer Record Sheet. So that's the sheet, this one here that we just showed you. So if you want to download those, that's where to get them. Download those and print them off. And that'll help you to just keep a track of things. So without further ado, we're going to hand you over now to Roisin. I think I've said that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I always worry that my pronunciation is wrong. Yep. Is that okay? That's okay.
Yep.
So perfect. So you'll probably have seen that Roisin just joined the business this month. She is a mum of two, and she also works her business around her part-time job, and she's managed to achieve 4 case credits in her first month in the business. In fact, it was within a couple of weeks of joining the business, which is amazing. So yeah, that is fantastic. And Roisin is just going to talk to us about the product of the week, which this week is the heat lotion. So I'll hand you over to the lovely Roisin.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, great. So, hello everyone. My name's Roisin and I joined the business about 3 weeks ago. I've two small children, aged 5 and 1, so I'm quite busy. I also work part-time as a hairdressing tutor, and the reason I joined the business was to bring in extra income along with my current income, so just to boost my income every month. And the product I'm going to talk about is the heat lotion, which has recently become my favourite product out of many. I'm currently using this product myself for my lower back pain, where I have bulging discs and they get sore from time to time. And this week we've started to play up, so I brought out the heat lotion and started to use it. And I'm loving it as I get instant relief from it, and I find it relaxes the muscles. So first, when I apply it, I find the lotion smell is quite strong and it quickly fades, which is good as well compared to other heat lotions. And as it absorbs through the dermis, I find it heals from the inside out, and it's great. I love it, and the smell doesn't linger about in the room or the clothes. And I've recommended this product a lot to my customers, and I've got a couple of customers using it at the minute, and I do keep checking with them as well to see how they're getting on, and they love it as well. I actually had a party the other night, and one girl, she had a sore back and she went into the toilet and put it on and come out and bought a tube of it, so it was great. And I love telling people about the products and my results and the experience I get from using the products. So the heat lotion, I love it at the minute, it's great. Thanks everybody for listening, and I'll just hand you back. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. That was fantastic. And you know what? That is such a good example of why it's so important to use the products yourself, because that's when you can really speak with a genuine enthusiasm for the products, which we've obviously got. And it works, guys, because that's, as we can see, 4 case credits in a few weeks of the business. So it definitely works. So get using them all. That was great. Thank you so much, Roisin. So, moving onwards, we'll talk very briefly about some of the things that we've got coming up for the month of March. So, we've got the QLS 6-Figure Earners Training Day. This is going to be absolutely amazing. This is on Sunday the 20th of March at Cheltenham Racecourse. If you don't have tickets already, I'm not sure how many are left, but I know that Claire did have a few, which she was saving for new people joining the business. Now, if they're not gone already, they will go quickly. So if you are interested in coming along, then private message Claire as soon as you possibly can. She's away at the moment, but she'll be back tomorrow. So definitely send her a message if you're free. That is going to be phenomenal. We've also got the Rolling Snowballs Group Training Day, which is Sunday the 8th of May at the Oxford Belfry Hotel. I'm not sure if the tickets are available for that yet, but they will go up on the Rolling Snowballs Group, and usually the link gets shared as well by Lucy and Claire for us all to have a look. We've got our team trainings every week. So we have this training, which is the Networking Professionals training, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. And don't panic, Claire will be back next week. So we shouldn't have the same technical hitch as we've had tonight. We also have the Supervisor Boot Camp that will be running this coming Tuesday, the 1st of March at 8:30. Every week we've got the 4cc clinics. It's just half an hour every Wednesday from 8:30 till 9, and you'll get so much information from those. And for anybody new to the business, we also have the Fast Start training, which runs every couple of weeks. So the next one will be Wednesday, the 9th of March from 8 o'clock until 9:30. So you want to listen into that as well. But your sponsor will talk to you about that as well. So just a little reminder of the incentives that we have within our group. There is a monthly 4cc incentive prize. So that's if you do 4 case credits within the month, you will get a book. So this is the next one that we've got coming up here, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. They're always books that Claire has read herself and rates very highly. They'll be very helpful to your business. So it's really great to get that incentive prize. And also, if you achieve your 4 case credits by the 15th of the month, you will get an additional gift as well. Book recommendations. If you haven't read the book or listened to the CDs of GoPro by Eric Worre, it's absolutely a must. So if you haven't done it already, definitely go and get that. It's not very expensive. You can order it off Amazon as well. So we've got our 4cc club, which Mia did mention earlier. So if you have already done this, achieved 4cc for a couple of months and you're going on for your third month, make sure you definitely do that, because you will then be invited to the 4cc Jolly, which will be at Claire's house on the 9th of April. And if you haven't got your 3 months yet, this is a rolling incentive as well. So just start now and you'll be able to get to the next one, which is great. There are also 10cc monthly incentives. So if you get your 10k credits within the month, you get the choice of either a Clean 9 or your Fleur kit, I think the Sonia kit as well. And if you achieve it by the 15th, then you'll get an additional gift as well. Now, this is a bit exciting. It's very exciting, actually. During the month of March, Claire has got the Marvellous March incentive running. So this is really to help us all to have the best month ever in March. You'll have the chance to win all of these amazing prizes. So there will be a live draw done for the incentives on the 31st of March. So basically the way it works is that every business building activity you do will win you a certain number of points, and each point will put your name into the hat another time ready for the live draw. So here's the points that you can earn. So if you add 10 new names to your activity tracker in 1 week between Monday and Sunday, you'll get a point. For 15 new names, you get 2 points, and for 25 names, you get 4 points. So that's doing your 5 calls a day, Monday to Friday, would get you 4 points. If you do a one-to-one with a prospect, that gives you 2 points. Attending a business presentation gives you another 2 points. If you log into the training on a Sunday night, that gets you a point. If you sponsor a new team member, that gives you 5 points. 2 pop drops in a week will give you a point. A live launch will give you 2 points. A Facebook launch will give you 1 point. If you send your 7-day plan and your activity tracker to your sponsor on a Sunday night, you'll get 3 points. And if you send your volume map to your sponsor by the 3rd of March, that will get you 4 points. So if you haven't done your volume map, or if you need help with it, speak to your sponsor now and get that sent in by the 3rd of the month. So keep a note starting on Tuesday of your activity for the month of March. I know this has got Lucy's details on here, but we need to send ours to Claire. So message your points to Claire at the end of every week. Now, you will need to, just before I go off that, I did speak to Claire about this earlier, and you'll obviously need to evidence that you've done these. So basically, you'll get points for each of these activities, but you have to self-certify. So what you need to do is every week, add up your points, make sure you write everything down as you go along, and every week add your points up and make sure you message your sponsor and Claire, especially get that to Claire on Sunday of every week. And that means that she can work out the points and make sure she pops your name in the draw. So that's really exciting. So the things to do next, get your 7-day plan done for this coming week and your daily action list broken down for that. If you haven't already sent that to your sponsor, then do get that sent up tonight if you can. Carry on with your prospecting calls. There's still time to hit your 4K credits in February. Lucy always says it's not over till it's over, and we do have until midnight tomorrow. So if you haven't already had a look, Claire uploaded the Michelle Stonehill's video, and she posted it on the Diamonds and Sapphires group on Wednesday. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go and watch it now. If you haven't got your 4K credits yet, or even if you had, but you're going for your best month ever, why not set up a last minute Leap Year Facebook launch for tomorrow and invite all your friends to that. Write out your prospecting plan, start keeping a log of your customers and get in touch with them, and start using the point sheets and send them up to Claire every week. So definitely start doing that this week. And most importantly, a very important one in this business is have fun. Keep a smile on your face at all times, because it's a fun business to be in. So I just wanted to say thank you, first of all, for putting up with my voice so much tonight. And apologies again for the mix-up with the technology to start with, but thank you for bearing with us, and I hope you've managed to listen in all right from then. So thank you, everybody. I'll leave you all to it now, and hope you have a great week. Bye.